Hi, my name is Kelly Ryan. I'd like to introduce you to the Wellington family who were good enough to invite me into their home. On visit one, I met with this three-member multi-generational family with the purpose of gathering health information and making a family assessment using the Calgary Family Assessment Model. The genogram displays the individual family members and their relationships. Lisa's a 78-year-old female who's lived with her daughter Lena and her husband for 20 years. Lena's a 53-year-old female and her son Morty. He's an only child. He's 16 years old. Donna, Lena's ex-husband of 2 years, no longer resides with the family, but visits regularly and stays for a week or two. Lena is a registered nurse, currently working. Her underlying medical conditions are diabetes type 2, now recently under control after 15 years. Hyperlipidemia, hypertension, scoliosis, thalassemia minor, and rosacea. Interestingly, Lena's father, now deceased, also had thalassemia minor. Lisa's underlying medical conditions are hypertension and chronic kidney disease, fourth stage. She had chronic hypertension that just went untreated for years. Morty has eczema and also thalassemia minor. So if we look at the family developmental theory, the family is currently in the fifth stage, families with adolescents. The theory focuses on families as a dynamic social group that's influenced by the developmental process. As the needs of the individuals changes, it influences the dynamic of the family. Families will transition between 8 stages of the life cycle, and this is where development occurs. Depending on the family's preparation for each new stage, they will respond to change either as a crisis or an opportunity. The stage of families with adolescents has tasks to complete both for the parents and for the adolescents. The fast-moving stage can create pressure on the family as the adolescent is in the process of developing their own identities, ideas, values that may be in contrast to that of the family. Parents must allow for room for growth, remain open-minded, and careful not to inhibit lines of communication. We can see some oscillation in the roles between Morty and his father, with Morty taking on more adult responsibility when his dad's away. And then the responsibilities will shift back to dad when he returns to stay with the family. According to this theory, oscillating transitions can be normal, and it doesn't appear to be producing any conflict within the family at this time. Morty says he has an underlying responsibility to care for his family. So another task that adolescents take on in this stage is the caretaking of their younger siblings or younger children. And Morty is meeting this task, but unconventionally. Since the divorce, mom's taking on more working hours. Instead of Morty caring for younger siblings, he's an only child. He now keeps an extra eye on his grandmother, who's been showing some signs of memory loss and forgetfulness over the last year. Although the family exhibits a fairly high level of self-differentiation, the unexpected societal influence of COVID-19 and the stay-at-home orders, Morty and his family are facing additional pressures with lost opportunities to engage with his friends at school, his theater group, and to just generally experience critical milestone events in his life, which places them at a slight risk potential for not successfully accomplishing stage 5. Both Lena and Donald exhibit a cooperative parenting style and are in agreement to focus on Morty's well-being and his future. With that, the family should have no difficulty transitioning off to the next stage, the launching stage. Lastly, in keeping with our theme, the multi-generational transmission process, children's levels of self-differentiation are similar to that of their parents. Relationship patterns will result often in one member of a sibling group developing a little more self than another sibling. In the case of the Wellington family, this part of the concept couldn't be tested as Morty's an only child. However, we see that Lena exhibits a slightly higher level of self-differentiation than her mother, Lisa, and that Lena made the decision that she will no longer allow her diabetes to go uncontrolled. And that's in contrast to her mother, who allowed her hypertension to go untreated for many years, which resulted in 4th stage chronic kidney disease.